Hi, hello, and welcome to my channel, friends. This is your Govindraj. In the last video, I gave the information and interpretation about the annual report by the internal committee and the employer also. And thank you all for your likes, comments, and sharing the video. In this video, let's discuss the requirement of the external member in the internal committee and is the gender important while nominating the external member for the internal committee. I also take this opportunity, friends, to discuss this requirement in the case of local committee. And as you know, there is a requirement of the constitution of two committees under the law, which is the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, which is Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013, and one from the employer for the workplace, which is internal committee, and the other one is the local committee from the district officer or the district deputy commissioner of the district to deal with the complaints from the domestic worker, complaints against the employer, and complaints from an aggrieved woman where IC is not constituted. And the jurisdiction of this committee or the local committee is extended to the entire district. See, the law which is the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, which is Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013, mandates every employer to constitute an internal committee under Section 4 of the Act to deal with sexual harassment of women cases at the workplace. The committee is required to be headed by a senior level woman employee as presiding officer and at least two members amongst other employees and one member from an NGO or association committed to the cause of women or a person familiar with the issues relating to sexual harassment. Now, our question is this external member required to be a woman, or the gender is important or not? The answer to this question is the external member need not to be a woman, as the law has not fixed any gender requirement for this purpose. The only criteria which the law is fixed is one of or 50% of the total members of the committee should be a woman. This is the requirement of the law and not the gender in case of the internal committee and the external member for this committee. Now let's look into the same requirement in the case of local committee. The law which is the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, which is Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013, mandates every district officer or deputy commissioner of the district to constitute a local committee under Section 6 of the Act for the entire district. The local committee is required to be headed by an eminent woman in the field of social work and committed to the cause of women as chairperson, and one member amongst the women working in a block, taluk or tahsil or ward or municipality in the districts, and two members of whom at least one shall be woman from an NGO or association committed to the cause of women or a person familiar with the issues relating to sexual harassment. And the officer dealing with social welfare or women and child development in the district will be a default member of this committee, or is also called as member ex officio due to his or position. See, in this case, the law is very clear. The law has clearly prescribed that at least one of the external members or the member from an NGO or a person familiar with issues relating to sexual harassment to be a woman, but not in the case of the internal committee. So the conclusion is the external member, the gender is not very important. If the employer maintains that at least one of or 50% of the internal committee members are women, then it is the compliance of the law. So friends, I gave you a quick update on the requirement of external members and whether such members have to be a woman or not. Now, please permit me to sign off. I will come back with new topics and new videos in the days ahead. If this video has added value to you, then please don't forget to like this channel, comment, share and also subscribe this channel. Thank you all, friends, and see you soon.